Hi, friends. I'm Steve Dickman, president for Outpost Centers International. We're here today with an update about the crisis that's happening in the Ukraine. While there's still bombs and missiles and a lot of fighting on the front lines, there's a different kind of crisis that is developing across the Ukraine region, and it is a crisis of cold. As winter sets in, people are becoming colder and colder. As the power grid system is becoming less functional and heating systems are going down, there are thousands of people all across the Ukraine at this point that are suffering with the cold weather. And you and I have the opportunity to do something about that today. I'm talking today with several individuals. I'm going to start with Dr. Yuri. Dr. Yuri is in Ukraine. He's on the front lines of this crisis there. Dr. Yuri, tell us what's happening there and what is the need there during this time for trying to help people stay warm.
We have a very difficult and very challenging month. The day before yesterday, we had another rocket attack in Kiev, and the nearest attack fell down on the heating station in a van less than a mile from our clinic. It became a reason for the Kiev that we didn't have electricity over 24 hours. Our generator is working twice more, up to 20 hours a day and night. So we are completely from the fuel and to be supported with that. Plus, in our local neighborhood, over 10,000 people living in buildings in a 5-minute walking. And we needed to organize for them. We organized for them a point of unbrokenness to enabling them with an internet, electricity, and heat in our church building, the same building with the clinic. The need is huge. Only by the Lord's grace, the temperature is still waving about 0 centigrade. But we had a first snow, and we still have a frost, and it's just November, and the winter is on the way. So we are thinking and praying how to support our neighborhood, our mobile clinic trips with the people who are coming and they're freezing. We need blankets, we need a fuel, we need a support, and we will be so thankful for your support.
What do we have? We have nothing. There is no electricity, water systems are not working, no heating in the houses. However, conditions that we need to work in are no worse than those soldiers on the front lines.
When we arrived in Izum and came in the hospital for the first time, it was terrifying because of the conditions under which people have to work. Today we will have a very active and responsible day. We will be able to help people who need it.
There will be electricity, the generator is filled up, everything works.
Before going to such deoccupied places, my colleagues and friends asked me, Yulia, are you out of your mind? Why are you going? You have a child. You have a family. I found the answer and told them, I am a doctor. My mission is to help women here, but not in Kyiv. There are enough doctors in Kyiv who can help women.
Thank you, Dr. Yuri. I appreciate that update about what's happening on the ground. Friends, it is an opportunity for us to get involved because a simple blanket could actually save a person's life there in Ukraine at this point. When temperatures are plummeting that far and the electricity is off and you have no heat, it is really critical to try and stay warm, and a simple blanket could really go a long ways. I'm going to invite Marcus Alt, who is the operational director for Advent Relief there, and talk to us a little bit. Marcus, you've been doing some research on blankets. You've found some blankets. Are they available? Can we get them in? What's your take on this?
On Friday, I think last week it was, that Steve Rinker told me that he had some funds available to buy blankets. We are in the process of sending a vehicle into Ukraine to be transformed into a dental unit. And that vehicle we would like to fill with woolen blankets. Looked for offers for suppliers, potential ones in Switzerland and in Germany. We were looking at very good quality blankets that can last and that can serve people well. And we ended up with the Swiss Army blankets. That seems to be the state of the art and a good standard. Now, you can get them from high prices, over 100 francs or dollars or euros, but we've come up with a supplier, or actually two, that can do it for less than 40 euros a piece. So that's what we're trying to do at first, get a shipment of blankets in as quickly as possible and make sure that people can stay warm.
Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. That's a blessing. Ostap, talk to us a little bit about how we would get these distributed. What are the ways we can distribute these there in Ukraine and some of the network connections you have?
Yes, Steve. I've got friends and relatives that are currently traveling across the border, picking up and receiving supplies. And we see this happening two ways. One, there's an opportunity to purchase and receive supplies internationally in Europe and bring it in across the border. Another option is to look for local companies that still have something left in their warehouse that we could purchase in bulk and distribute for those in need right now in Ukraine.
Okay, thank you, Ostap. I appreciate that. And Alexei, you've been in communication with some of our ministries on the front line. Tell us, Alexei, today, what is the situation? What is the need with some of those ministries, and how could they help to actually distribute some of these blankets there in Ukraine?
Yes, Steve. Just yesterday, I talked to one of the leaders of our OCI ministries, Vyhidye Rehab Center in Poltava, and they have distribution teams who've been providing humanitarian aid throughout eastern region of Ukraine. And he told me that they already would like to have 1,000 blankets to distribute to people there. There are many internally displaced people who are not really prepared for winter, and a good blanket would be a real help for them.
Thank you so much, Alexei. I appreciate that report from the front lines of what's happening in Ukraine and the great need for helping people stay warm there. Dr. Rinker, you're on the line with us this morning. You've been into Moldova there on the ground doing dental work. The Lord has touched your heart with this. Why do you have a burden to help people in Ukraine stay warm?
Thank you for the opportunity, Steve. I have been at Moldova on the border of Ukraine and working with the refugees. And Jesus uses one word over and over again. He had compassion. And compassion is a strong word, and it causes us to do something. And I have approached the Central California Conference where I live, and the people there, the president and the vice president, and they are willing to get involved. And when I was telling Marcus, I snuggle under a blanket at night when it's cold here in the Sierras. Immediately, I think of what it would be like in Ukraine with being cold. I just see this as an opportunity that we need to address right away. We need to put our money where our mouth and heart is. And so let's go. Why not us? Why not now? And let's make a difference. And as you said, Steve, not someday, but today. Let's do it.
Thank you, Dr. Rinker. Thank you for sharing your heart on this. Friends, you can make a difference today. We have opened up a fund for sharing blankets with the Ukrainian people, and you can donate at the link below and become a part of supplying a blanket, just a blanket, to someone in need in Ukraine. What a difference you can make for someone who is cold. Right now, as winter sets in, the need is huge, and you have the opportunity to help. You can go to our website below. You can donate to the Ukraine Relief Project. You can be a part of supplying blankets to those in need on the regions of Ukraine where the power is out and heat is being cut and people are freezing. Would you join us today and be a part of bringing relief to those in Ukraine who need to stay warm? Make a gift on the website below. I think Dr. Rinker and several others have agreed the cost is about $40 per blanket. And so if you want to give one blanket or 2 blankets or 100 blankets, the link is open there. You can make a difference. You can be a part of helping the people in Ukraine. We've got a distribution network ready to go right away, and we're trying to get some of this active in the next few days. We're praying that God will move upon your heart to help supply those in need in Ukraine. God bless you. Thank you.